Even business travel went quiet as spring began.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Schwab. Schwab offers investors choices like full-service wealth management, self-directed investing options, and trading on Think or Swim. More at schwab.com.
I'm David Brancaccio in Los Angeles. We're tracking the lull in travel that occurred following President Trump's tariffs on, tariffs off announcements last month. Travel bookings down, airline flights down, leisure travel fell, and there's new data showing higher spending business travelers are staying home. Marketplace's Nova Safo reports.
The National Travel and Tourism Office tracks airline and ship passengers entering the U.S., and it found a marked slowdown in April among business travelers. Overall, trips declined 9%. Business travel from Western Europe plummeted 18%, and from Mexico by air, it fell 12%. The preliminary data does not include Canadian crossings. The data also does not indicate what caused the decline, but it comes amid tariff uncertainties and growing concerns among foreign visitors about getting arrested at border crossings. Several European countries and Canada have issued new travel advisories for the U.S. I'm Nova Safo for Marketplace.
In a world where you can scan in a check with your phone and money comes out of walls, we note that Bank of America this week said it is opening 150 new brick-and-mortar branches. Its expansion in existing markets mainly. Boise, Idaho is one of the new markets. So the bank teller is not like the toll booth operator, a job of the past. Marketplace's Stephanie Hughes has that.
About 3 years ago, the Federal Reserve started raising interest rates from near zero. That meant banks were paying more interest on things like money market accounts and CDs. But checking accounts, banks usually pay little or no interest on those. And Maryville University finance professor Jamie Peters says that made banks want more of them.
And I may be willing to spend a little money on a branch so that I attract your checking account.
The physical branch is key to attracting those checking accounts because Peters says though a lot of banking is done digitally, people still want to easily get to their bank in person.
Because if there is a problem, if you're having problem accessing your money, the very first thing you want to do is see a human.
A physical location also helps a bank stand out. Wharton marketing professor Barbara Kahn says one way a bank can differentiate itself is on price. Another is to offer a better customer experience.
The idea that you're dealing face-to-face with the person could take the pain out of applying for a loan.
Also, Kahn says banking IRL provides employees with more opportunities to learn about their customers and to upsell them on more of their products. I'm Stephanie Hughes for Marketplace.
Let's do the numbers. S&P, Dow, and NASDAQ futures are all up in the 0.3% range. The 10-year interest rate is down slightly, 4.41%. And here's a number, a range actually, $25 million to $45 million. That is the estimated cost, according to the U.S. Army, of a big military parade and air display set for Washington next month for the Army's 250th anniversary. It's set up to coincide with President Trump's 79th birthday, June the 14th.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Progressive Insurance with Snapshot. Learn more about Snapshot at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Now to a job with no 4-year college degree required with a high salary. Some call them not blue-collar but gold-collar jobs. Today, the Texas-Louisiana coast, with all that chemical and petrochemical production that can offer 6-figure salaries with a 2-year degree. Many of those need people with mechanical skills of the sort we don't tend to get when we grow up manipulating electronic screens. Southeast of Houston, in Pasadena, Texas, there's the learning. You find a place where the learning is hands-on. Marketplace's Elizabeth Troval reports.
At the San Jacinto College Glycol Unit, Cole Downs gives me a tour of their shrunken-down chemical plant. It's roughly the size of a Dollar Tree.
That ticking that you hear is the diaphragm pumps that are transferring material from one tank to another.
The facility is multiple stories tall. It's got a series of tanks and tubes for students to learn what it's like to work at one of the chemical plants that are concentrated here on the Texas Gulf Coast.
So what's this tower thing?
This is our distillation column. This is where the water and glycol are separated.
I'm sitting with Downs in a quiet classroom. He's telling me more about getting his 2-year associate's degree from San Jacinto College's P-Tech, or Process Technology program, which is
the study of chemical plants and how it's all interconnected and how we get raw material and turn it into finished product.
He geeks out on this stuff.
I love it. It makes my brain itch in a good way.
At 25, it's taken him a minute to find his passion. He was a C high school student, then spent years bouncing from job to job and college major to college major, not just at San Jacinto.
We don't all learn the same way. Like, I'm very hands-on. I learn better when I can do what it is while I'm reading it in a book, which is why I've loved the P-Tech program, because it's so applied, it's so hands-on. You know, you're reading about what a distillation column is, and here we have one outside that we can go and take a look at.
Hands-on learning is integrated throughout this program. Back outside, groups of students are wearing hard hats and goggles. The students are in charge of running the glycol plant today in a test run.
They're doing a gasket exchange right now.
Jeff Pierce is workforce coordinator for the program. In this end-of-year run, he says, they simulate failures to see how the students troubleshoot.
Our instructors are pretty devious. They'll walk around and switch valves off, and all of a sudden the board's, hey, we're losing pressure or we're gaining pressure. And so they send a field operator out to kind of monitor that and check and see what's going on.
And industry recruiters are here watching how students problem solve and work together, like Roman Rodriguez. He's a trainer with the plastics plant Baystar.
This is a great way for the new generations to come in and get their hands dirty.
He works with industry newcomers. He says while Gen Z excels at computer and digital skills, mechanical skills, not so much.
The culture is what's changed a lot.
He's sympathetic to young people who haven't had the opportunity to work with their hands, like he did with his father.
It probably was to save money, but it taught me a lot. It taught me how to read a tape measure, how to make a precise cut, measure twice, cut once.
After students leave a program like this one at San Jacinto College, operator salaries start in the $20 to $30 an hour range and can lead to salaries over $100,000. And the job market is relatively stable. The world needs its plastics and chemicals. In Pasadena, Texas, I'm Elizabeth Trovall for Marketplace.
And you're listening to the Marketplace Morning Report from APM, American Public Media.